Hello, besties. It is Becky here with Bestie Becky's Crafts, and today is still the 13 days of Halloween. And for today's craft, I think it's really cute. It is a witch's leg and her little shoe. And then on the inside, you fill it with your candy. And that's so cute. And everybody has toilet paper rolls hanging around, right? So, let's go ahead and make this. Really easy. Really, really easy. Now, all I had was a picture to go by that I found on Pinterest. So I kind of had to figure it out on my own. And I think I did pretty good on the measurements and so on, but feel free to adjust it to however you want or need to, kind of depending on the size of your toilet paper roll. You could also use a paper towel roll, and then you could, of course, then, make a longer leg or a shorter leg, whatever you would like to do. But toilet paper roll was just easy, great size, and I have tons of them. I save them, thinking, oh, I'm going to do a craft, and then I never do a craft, and then, so now I'm doing a craft. So, here's my toilet paper roll, standard toilet paper roll. Mine happens to be 4 inches. I want to make sure my other one was 4 inches. Yep, it's just a smidge under 4 inches, which is perfect. So I'm going to zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is cover my toilet paper roll in purple. So I'm going to do the purple first and then the orange stripes. You could do it the other way around too if you wanted to. You could do different colors than purple and orange, whatever you feel like. So my piece of purple cardstock is 4 inches by 6.5. And what I did, I went ahead and worked ahead a little bit, was I wanted something that would stick right away until my glue set. So I used my wonderful tearaway tape, score tape, I don't know what you call it. I call it tearaway tape. But I went ahead and put pieces at both ends and then just kind of put a couple pieces in the center. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is hopefully tear off the backing paper. And I am going to put some wet glue here also. Well, one always has to not cooperate. That's just the way it goes, isn't it? So, gosh, now look, I even ran my bone folder over all of them so that they would hopefully cooperate and just come off. So I'm just going to use my 3-in-1 glue and just put some glue in between the tape. My finger's stuck. And then I'm going to use my art glitter glue and run it across the edge. And the only reason for that is because it dries like really fast. Faster than the 3-in-1. The 3-in-1 gives me more time to kind of, play around, where the art glitter glue dries pretty fast. So then all you do is you line up one edge on the bottom. Hopefully I'm not in your way. But you just line up one edge on the bottom, which I'm just a little off. and roll it up. And I am off for some reason. I did this earlier and I didn't have any problems whatsoever. Of course, when you're on TV, I wish. Of course, when you're on YouTube trying to videotape, they don't want to cooperate. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so we've made it around. Yay! And I'm just going to hold it for a sec and let that, make sure that glue sticks. Alright. And you can always use clothespins too to hold it. And I only have one clothespin. And I noticed that I don't quite meet at the top. Nice and pretty. And that's going to bug me. So I'm going to trim it just so they meet. Alright. Now, you'll have just a little bit of space at the top where the purple's sticking up. And that's so you don't see the top of your toilet paper tube. Almost forgot what it was called. Okay, so we have our purple on there. And now let's do these stripes on our socks, which are orange. And I cut these to 1/2 inch by 6 inches. And you'll need 3 of them. And I went ahead and put tape on the back of all of them. And let's start with our first one. You know, I just need someone like sitting off to the side of me that just is tearing off the tape. Right? Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of my art glitter glue there. And then I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to go down 1/2 inch, but I'm going to line up my edge with the edge of my purple, where my purple ended. I'm going to line up with that. And then I'm just going to kind of try and stay straight all the way around as best I can. And come around and line up pretty good there. So I'm going to pull back, put some art glitter glue, and hold it for a sec. And I'm going to put a clothespin now, right there. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do the bottom. And the reason I'm going to do the bottom before I do the middle is because then I can center my middle stripe in between the 2 orange stripes. And since there's going to be black on the bottom, you can see here that's part of the shoe, I'm going to want to go up further than 1/2 inch. So again, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to go up like, I don't know, that's probably 3/4 inch. And I'm just going to start wrapping around, just like I did on the top, and hope that we meet, which we do. And then again, some art glitter glue. Tombow glue dries pretty fast too. You could use your glue gun if you wanted to. but mine's heating up. It's not hot enough yet, so. Alright. So I'm going to switch my clothespin. And then we're going to do our center. Same way. Only I'm just going to center it in between the two orange stripes. I'm going to start, I'm going to line up my edge on the last edge of my purple. That looks about center. You see that? And then I'm just going to wrap it around, try and keep it centered in between the two. And meet on the back, like so. Art glitter glue. And push it over and hold it for a second here. And I know that my clothespin is not long enough to hold that. So hopefully it stays good. Okay. So we know that this is our bottom because our purple paper is flush. Alright? And up here, our purple paper, say that 3 times fast. Our purple paper sticks up a little bit above the toilet paper tube. Roll. Whatever you want to call it. Okay? So I'm going to set this off to the side to dry. And we are going to work on our shoe. Now, for the shoe part, I cut a piece of black paper that is 3/4 of an inch by 5.5. And I'm going to fold the edges down, like make a triangle, like I did here. Can you see that on both sides? So it's just kind of, I put my fingernail on the corner to kind of hold it down and just, you know, bend it, try and get it straight. I know it's hard to see and my hands are in the way, but I mean, you're making a triangle. And then I'm going to push it down and burnish, that's the word, with my, oh gosh, my brain is not functioning today. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Try and get it down as close as I can to a point. Now, if you don't get it perfectly to a point, or maybe you don't want it as, you know, as much of a space as this, you can, you know, not fold it all the way down like I did. You could just fold it a little bit. You could always make your shoe taller. You can adjust that. You can adjust your stripes, you know, everything. So I folded those down, and then on the back side I put a bigger piece of tape, and still not wanting to cooperate. Telling you. I am going to try to center it along the back, okay, and make sure that I'm at the bottom, which is this way, because remember it's flush. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is the back side. So I'm just kind of centering it, you know, around everything. And then, since it's got tape, it sticks pretty quick. So I'm going to kind of go as far as my tape will go. And then I had left the little end without any glue on it. And so I'm going to put some glue on it and push that one over. Like so. Of course, glue's going to ooze out, right? Wish there was some magic way where you could put just the right amount of glue so that it didn't ooze out, but yet kept everything together. Alright, and then I'm going to put a paper clip where those 2 points come together just so it can dry. And while it's doing that, we'll cut out our belt buckle. Isn't it cute? So, my belt buckle, I chose some silver paper, glitter paper, and I cut it to 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch. And if you decide to make your shoe taller, you could adjust the size of this. And then the little black square in the middle is 3/8 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch. Tiny! So, that's our buckle for the witch's shoe. And I stuck it on with a medium size glue dot, because glue dots, they stick really well, and I don't have to worry about waiting for it to dry. Alright, so I'm going to line my buckle up so that it is in the middle of those two triangles that I bent down. Push it in place, and you can kind of pull the triangles up a little bit so you can see them. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my clothespin back on just to make sure that all gets dry and set. Alright, so now let's make our shoe part, bottom of our shoe. Isn't that fun? Okay, so to do that, really easy. I cut a piece of black cardstock 2 inches wide by 6 inches long. And then, to make the point of my shoe, I measured up 1 inch. I measured up 1 inch on one end. This might not be a good ruler to show you for that. But I measured up 1 inch from the end, and I made a mark on both sides. And then I went to the other end, and it's 2 inches wide, so I made a mark at 1 inch because that's the center, right? Now, if you wanted to and do it freehand, you could, take your ruler and line it up and just draw a line and, cut it freehand. But why do that? Why make life easy? Let's use our cutting board. So, with your cutting board, because I'm kind of one of those people that likes things straight and whatever, I'm going to line up where my blade cuts on those little tick marks I made. So there's the half, and then there's the inch. Okay, oops. Make sure you hold it straight. I'm not doing a very good job. Alright, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to hold it tight and cut. Okay? And then we are going to do the same on the other side. So we already have where our point is, so we need to just line that part up. I mean the 1 inch part up. Oops. My blade came out. There we go. Alright, now, because there's just a point there, it might kind of cut it funky, so I'm going to go to where there's more paper and come this way. And there we go. That's not perfect, but, you know, pretty darn close. So, I'm going to trim it. There we go. And then, erase our marks. My son stole my good eraser, so. Alright, okay, so now we have the start of our shoe. So let's make the curved part. So I have this tool from Sizzix. I just started using it. I am definitely not an expert at it. I'm working on it. But it gets it started. The curl. See that? I hope I was in frame when I was doing that. But it didn't quite give me as much curl as I wanted at first, so I still wrapped it around a pencil. Like so. And it'll be tight, but that's okay because we can loosen it up a little bit, but it's a start. Alright, so then what I did was take my art glitter glue. You could use hot glue again if you wanted to, but I just put glue around that bottom edge and it's held pretty well, so you just got to give it a little bit of drying time. So there we go. Not super pretty, is it? But it'll work. Okay. So then, don't drop it. You want to line up so that your buckle is towards your point, and you want to leave a little gap at the back and kind of a little gap on both sides so it's even. And don't do a messy job like I did. And you want your buckle to be towards your point. Okay? So I need to go over a little bit more and a little bit more. It's probably a good thing I did not use hot glue. Whew! We would have had a mess. Okay. There we go. So we would let it dry, and our glitter glue would dry clear, and it dries pretty fast. So then what you do is you take your scissors and you just kind of, from that 1-inch mark, you just kind of cut around the toilet paper roll till you meet in the back, like so. And then you kind of just continue that around. So you're leaving just like, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch around the tube to the 1-inch mark, just to make a nice little shoe there. See? Maybe it'll show you better on this one since it's all dry. You see that? So there you go. I can, if you don't, you know, want it out so far to curl up too much, you know, just kind of play with it and uncurl it some. And then fill it with candy. And I chose Kisses. But you could put whatever you wanted in there. You could also make a little bag of treats and tie a bow on the top. That would be cute. But there is my witch's feet. They're cute. We'll just show this one because that one's still dry. Super easy. Super easy. Great craft idea for your kids, I think. So there we go. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to rattle the camera like that. So that is one of my 13 days of Halloween projects. I hope you liked it, and I hope you give it a try. And you know, this would even be cute for Christmas to make into an elf's, foot. So that's an idea to keep in mind too for Christmas if you want to get started on your Christmas crafting. So thanks for stopping by, and if you like what you saw today, give me a thumbs up and push that subscribe button, and check out my Facebook group page. I will leave the link below. Check out my Besties YouTube channel. I will also leave that link below. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. And thanks again for stopping by. And happy crafting for Halloween. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.